Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If there's anybody still watching, we will be live here in about 10 minutes with our hacks on floor care cleaning.
Not what you say name. Yeah, they look the same. Orlando has one, has a Custodian too.
No, the channels are over on.
It's just the same name, but we not really.
If you did something there.
Where? We used to visit them a lot back in the day.
You didn't show me anything when you put it on.
The church, yeah, man. I joined that since 94, 93. I got laid up from Enterprise Credit Card, man. You're in recovery. What's her name? The one, the one that was working at the airport, what you say? Oh, man, you gotta give me, you got along with that in? Man, I remember seeing the I did. Yeah. Nice to see you. Like that. How long that been, bro? That's long. That was like 90. Yeah? That's the last week. 021 037. You got it. 3131. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think they can come with that. Yeah, I order them. We go to another, yeah, we go to another company, though. Sometimes they don't come out to this city. What company is that? They pay. We go to They was already in place when I got there. Well, they pay for it. They bring it to you. Right. Yeah. Right. Bring the people car. Yeah. They bring all the stuff to it. They people been around for a while. They live at the airport. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. They used to have loading outside. Oh yeah. Then like I said, it was already established when I started working. It just, you know, it's easy to use. You call them up, blah blah blah. Nobody really said, okay, hey, let's go place and see, get some cheaper, better. Is it value? Light skin, low glass. No. Skinny. That's skinny. They remember that. I know you was probably okay with that. I was hey, I was like, hey, just say, I had fun, man. I had fun. That was it. Hey, you went to the film, but hey, when I first got here, man, it was. Woo! Woo! Yeah. You know. Woo! What do you do? Oh, that's all right, perfect. All right, perfect. So let's would you like blue one donut? Here.
Although I do really want a donut, but don't need one.
I'm on that.
Donuts are my
Yeah, my dad. So that's my dad. If he was here, probably think that one was pretty guaranteed. That was jelly. Probably take one.
Yeah.
How's it going, Dave?
Going good? Trying to make sure all my sound and everything works this time. Hello, 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 hello. Hello? Hello? Is this working now? Is the sound working now? I can't hear anything on our feed. I know the sound's working in here, but on my feed, I can't tell whether it's working on our live feed or not.
How do we know?
Mr. Rosario, if you can hear me, yes, it looks like the sound is working now. Great. That means the people live streaming can hear me, actually.
YouTube?
Sorry for our problem that we had earlier this morning, but we've got it going now. Thank you, Rosario, for tuning in on LinkedIn Live. We're going to be streaming our restroom or floor care hacks here shortly. So if you're in the hall with me, we're going to talk floor care for about half an hour. I'm sure that's what you came here to talk about, right? Yeah, uh-huh. Okay, so let me make sure everything is working here as it should. Loud and clear all the way up into Connecticut. Thank you, Rosario. I appreciate that. Oh, looks like our slides are working. So yes, folks, if you're tuning in on one of our streaming channels, we are live here on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn this morning. We've been going for roughly 2 hours here at our cleaning festival here in Orlando, Florida. And we're getting ready to start our 30 minutes of floor care hacks with Cleaning with the Academy. So bear with us just a little bit, waiting for some people to come in, and we'll get started here shortly in about 5 minutes. So if you're watching live with us, thank you for tuning in. And if you want to, like Rosario up there in Connecticut, if you want to type in a message, a chat, or if you have some question that you'd like to have answered, I'm sitting right here looking right straight at you. Hey, Patty, do you know if he announced that we're doing the next session here?
I did not hear it. They were doing a raffle last time I was out there. I'll go find out.
Could you let me know when he does, that he does?
Okay. It's at 11, right?
Yeah, which is 2 minutes ago. We're just waiting for an announcement here in the main hall, folks, and then we'll get started here with our cleaning hacks for floors. A new series that we started here this year called Cleaning with the Academy, where each and every Monday afternoon at 2:30, we have a 1-hour session. We start by reviewing last week's hack, and then we go into this week's hack. So every Monday afternoon, you can tune in live right here and find that. If you can't do it live, you still can tune in to me through the recorded version. So, gosh, I think we've probably put up 8 or 9 of them so far. We'll be doing it every Monday afternoon for the rest of the year. So anyway, as people will walk in, we'll get started here. The first thing whenever it comes to floor care is we always want to talk about matting. Matting is the very first thing whenever you talk about floor care. That is the most important thing. If you don't have the proper matting in the building, your floor care is going to go down. I don't care what type of floor surface that people are walking on. Mats keep the sand and the grit out of the building. They keep the mud and the dirt out if you're up north where Rosario is up there in Connecticut. On the other hand, we're down here in Florida where it's the land of sand. And sand is the biggest thing that's going to tear up any type of floor, no matter what the hard floor is or soft floor for that matter. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to kind of go a little bit to what some people kind of say is, well, there's not a lot of that. But when you start looking at it, there's a lot of stone floor around the world. And so I've got 2 little hacks here that I'm going to show you about some little tests that we do. I'll let this one play first and I'll talk about it. So what do you see here? This is a guy taking a gloss meter and testing the amount of gloss that's on this stone floor. Now, I can't do this with all types of floors, but on stone floors, we certainly can. If you don't know by a number, I mean, what's shiny? Who's going to say what shiny is? I mean, people want a shiny floor. What's shiny to one might not be to another. So with that gloss meter, it gives you the ability to actually set the expectations of what that level of gloss is. Now, if you're also doing stone floors, there's a way that we teach in classes of how to identify those floors. And this is one of them. You see when he puts that on there, you see that foam fizz right quick. Well, if you come to one of our stone care classes, you'll find out that there's 4 different ways that we actually test floors. And what you saw was one of them. And I'll just give you a little hint since you're live with me here today. Stone is either calcium or it doesn't. And if it has calcium in it, you'll get that reaction that you just saw. And that there was, somebody said, well, what kind of acid do you use? That's muriatic acid. I just had a little bottle. The minute you put it on it, you could do it with toilet bowl cleaner as far as that goes. Live toilet bowl cleaner is acid, right? So you get both of those. Now let's jump over to luxury vinyl floors. There's a lot of luxury vinyl floors in the world today, a lot more of it than was before. So here at the show, you'll see 4 different products. This product here is clean. Now I'm not going to show you this whole video. Don't want to spend all your time on a video. However, we get to this here. Today we're talking here about. So what you can see here, I was on site with one of our locations, and they had a problem on their luxury vinyl floor. What we did is we mixed the clean in the bucket according to the directions, of course, right? I mean, you got to follow directions. And then he's going to show you here the mopping procedure. And look, fresh water. Now I'm going to put chemical on it. So this is a divided bucket system. You'll actually see that over in the microfiber and more booth. This is their divided bucket system that they have. You can see what we call a wet mop. So what you can see is that we're going with the grain. Now we've already done our damp mopping. We got rid of the dry debris. This is as wet as you want to come off a luxury vinyl floor. In this case, this floor here is a floating floor. We don't want a lot of heavy liquid. So once again, when you do this type of a floor, this is a little bit more than a standard damp mop, but never a whole lot of water. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to roll in here. Now the one thing you see there is you see the little bit, the vinyl floor that's been kind of cupped there. It's not all completely smooth. What's happened here is they've used an inefficient system to clean the floor. And obviously it wasn't cleaning the floor, right? Or there wouldn't have been that film. That's what they called us there for. Well, the problem is they were using too much water. So you heard me say use a light amount of water. This system actually minimizes the amount of water, minimizes the chemical use, improves the efficiency, and would not be putting a lot of water down there to cause that cupping of the floor. Because this, like I said in the video, that's an elevated floor, and the water was getting down in there and making the product swell. So you got to be real careful with some of this, because what people will say, oh, it's vinyl floor, you can mop, you can put all the water you want to. Well, the vinyl is right, that's right as far as the vinyl is concerned, but below it. And this is why we have a class on luxury vinyl floor, because it's very particular. Now, also, sometimes, whoop, don't jump that. Sometimes you're going to want to actually use an auto scrubber. If you go over to the Tornado booth, you'll see this machine. And this is a cylindrical machine. Again, we're going to use the clean because we're just doing daily cleaning, right? And I mean, most of what you do is daily cleaning. You don't do all of the restoring and all of that all the time. So this is how we use the clean in the cylindrical auto scrubber. Enhance the color a little bit. So what we're going to do is use the Renew. Now it mixes with water. We've got water in our tank here. We've got 2 gallons of fresh water. I've got my measuring cup. I'm going to dilute 4 ounces of Renew. And so here is my 4 ounces of Renew. We're going to add that to our tank of water. Now, as we've done with everything that you've seen so far, we've been using cylindrical brush technology. We've got brush here, we've got brush here, we have a squeegee on this end, squeegee on this end. This is our recovery tank. This is our solution tank that you just saw me mix our chemical in. So what this Renew is going to do is enhance the color of the floor, bring back some of the natural color, you'll add some depth to it, and give it a little bit of luster. Now this is something that you probably do on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis, but you have to do it to a clean floor. So whether you use the restore, like we did on this section, or like we did on this section where we use the clean, one or the other, you've got to clean the floor first before you use the Renew. The Renew is not a cleaner. So come back in just a moment, and we're going to run the machine and show you what the end result is. So what we're going to do here, folks, is we're going to take this, it's in transport mode. We're going to lower this to about the second setting. That's going to do is allow the brushes to go on the floor, the squeegees to go on the floor, but this is how I move my squeegees. So you'll see me hit my foot on this to lower and raise the squeegees. So to start with, I'm going to swing the machine around, and just to make sure that I'm doing water. Now, as I said there in the video, what this is a product called Renew. And you always clean the floor first. But what this is something that kind of enhances the floor. So as you watch this video, what you'll see is, look at in the foreground where the floor never had been cut. And you see the condition, you see the shine there, see the difference? So that's the difference between what the clean does and the renew. But it's like anything else, you have to follow the directions on stuff. You have to follow the process. You know, one of the things that Gloria said, there's a standard operating procedure, right? This is not a mop and blow product. So, you know, don't use it straight. It says stay diluted. You got to do it right. But we use cylindrical brush technology because there's grooves in these planks. So when you come to a class, you'll find out that these are very important things when it comes to luxury vinyl flooring. Because most of what you're talking about is planks, long planks. So that's two of the steps. But you know, the thing about it is as you do a lot of this luxury vinyl floor, you come up and you find out that, hey, you know, somebody has already, pardon my French, screwed the floor up, messed it up, done something that they weren't supposed to do, right? Well, what do we do then? How do we reverse what somebody has done? Well, this is a product called Restore. And again, we're going to use cylindrical brush technology, not the same one, but here's a little video on it. Watch what this does. Now notice that one side looks how it looks on the other side, but this is the renew straight on the floor and then brushed in. So what you do is you immediately bring that up. What most people don't know, so here's your hack on this one, is because luxury vinyl is non-porous. Floor finishes that people have put on there, which they weren't supposed to do, by the way, folks, and all the chemicals that they mopped on the floor and left on the floor, it's just sitting on the top. So all you have to do is get it to come loose. Cylindrical brush technology just scrubs it right loose. And then, of course, you can find a machine to vacuum it up, pick it up. So there's your hacks on how to take and restore the floor from one to the other. But you know, you get some of these floors that people have already scratched it up. Anybody ever find that? You know, a luxury vinyl floor where they've already slid the chairs on it, scratched it all up. It's like, what do we do then? So it might look like this, with all of these scratches all over it. And people are like, what do I do? How do I get rid of the scratches? Well, I'm just going to tell you right here, there's not a way to remove the scratch. It's already into the vinyl. However, they want it to look like this, right? After they've already messed it up, our job is to go in and correct the problem that they've already created. So what do? We come in and we remove the scratch. Now, I said you can't remove it. We remove the visibility of it. So what happens is there's a process that will teach you of how to, well, camouflage that scratch with a product called Shield. So here's a floor. This is a luxury vinyl floor, and you can see the chocolate in the video in the case there. Well, the thing is after he got through doing all the processes, this is what his floor came out to look like. So all those scratches magically disappeared. But we didn't get rid of them because, like I said, it's already in the vinyl, but this is what's called Shield. Now, the whole thing about luxury vinyl products is that you really shouldn't be putting a coating on the luxury vinyl. You know, that's not what we should be doing. But sometimes after they've already messed it up, they've already damaged the floor, you don't have a choice. So what do? You have to shield it. Only problem is now, folks, now you're going to have to continue to do this forever. So what you've done is you've taken a low maintenance product and you've returned it to a high maintenance product. And the whole idea with luxury vinyl is not to be doing all that. Now, before I get finished here, VCT. VCT floors are what we've been working with, vinyl composition tile floors. I'm going to go back to mats, what I started with this morning in this session. Mats, 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 mats. Keep the dirt off of there. But here's how to use a no-touch machine. You'll find that over in the Kievac area. Watch what we do here in this process. You can see the Kievac is spraying the water down on the floor. We've got one person there running the machine that's actually cleaning with the oscillating machine. We got the gentleman from Pacific here going through there, vacuuming it up. He doesn't usually walk like that way, by the way. We kind of sped it up a little bit on him. But this is the auto scrubber. So this is an oscillating auto scrubber that does all of it all in one pass. The days of putting down stripper, walking around with stripper, smelling stripper are over. There's no reason for this hardly anymore. So make sure you see those people over there on the other side. They've got all of that stuff. And here's the last little hack for floor care. This is how to apply floor finish. I bet you've never applied it this way. So what she's doing there is she's putting down what we call a feeder line of floor finish. And then the person with the applicator is simply spreading it across the floor. And out comes a very, very smooth finished floor. Ain't that smooth? My problem is I can't hear you over the speakers. What was that? Nope. No. Never touch your shoes. Oh, I know. Hey, you know, with the big mop and everything, I've had nice shiny toes on my shoes. No. She just makes a feeder line, and when she shuts it off, she never walks in it.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about him mopping.
Nope. Well, he shouldn't be walking in it.
Why you backing up?
Yeah. Well, that's the see. And when you come to class, I'll teach you a method of how to walk backwards and keep yourself where you don't walk in the finish. Yeah. I won't tell you that you do it the first time though. Practice does make better, right? Yeah. Okay. You know what? I can't remember if we have another hack in here or not. Let's see what this is. Look at that floor. Isn't that nice and level and shiny? Well, there's your shiny floor, okay? Okay, so I've got a couple of hacks for you on equipment maintenance. You know, all of the floor equipment that you have out there, you know, since we're talking floors here this morning, you know, it's, excuse me. Pardon me. You know, we have different floor machines. You have different options. But here's a couple of things I want to kind of go over with you. Don't know if you've ever seen this hack.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Cleaning with the Academy. I'm your coach, Dave Thompson, and today I'm going to talk to you about a hack when it comes to auto scrubbers. You know, everybody knows about rotary machines, you know, with the big pad that goes around and around. I've had those for years. I got a hack for you. Use a cylindrical brush. Now this machine right down here, you'll notice has two of them, one in front of the other, and they both rotate the same way. And what that does is it gets into all those little nooks and crannies and unlevel floors. You know, the thing is, whenever you're doing the floors, you don't always have just one type of floor. And you know, the thing is, people with pads, they never clean them. With these, you'll never have to clean it. That's my hack for you today. Come on back and I'll show you how this actually works at another episode of Cleaning with the Academy.
So this is the series that I started this year called Cleaning with the Academy. It's a whole series of hacks, and you can see they're only about 1 minute long. Every Monday afternoon at 2:30, I'm live on air with another one of these hacks. They're free for you. All you got to do is tune in. You can see them, learn things, like in this one here. Why should we use a cylindrical brush instead of a rotary brush? If you like that idea, you can see it over in the tornado booth right here at the show, because that's what cylindrical brush is. You know, the thing is all the years I've been doing this, most people with a rotary pad on an auto scrubber, never changed the pad. That's what you saw in that picture. You know, the pad was all gone, it was all worn out, and they were still using it. Cylindrical brush, self-cleaning. I mean, hey, why not use something that's self-cleaning, right? So I've got another hack for you when it comes to your auto scrubbers, and here it is.
On this machine, it's fairly simple. You're simply going to take the hose off, and I have a little button here, and the squeegee slides off like that. Now, why am I doing that? The reason that you're doing this is because the squeegee is the most important part of an auto scrubber. I don't care what the head is on the machine. This is the business end. It's the last piece, and it picks it up. Now, if this squeegee is damaged right here, it's not going to work. How do you know if it's damaged? How do you know if it's not clean? How do you know these things if you don't take it off? So here's my advice for you. Always, always, always take the squeegee off of the machine before you park it in the closet. So folks, if you go to get the machine, it's in the closet and the squeegee's on it, chances are the last person didn't inspect it.
So my hack is always take the squeegee off of the floor machine before it's parked in the closet. Because on an automatic scrubber, that squeegee is the most important part of the machine. If it isn't working right, you got a streaky floor. I mean, why are you walking around behind an auto scrubber with a mop? It's because the squeegee's not working right. So the hack is take the squeegee off every time you park it in the closet. If you're a manager, you go to the closet, the squeegee's still on there, somebody didn't put the machine away right. That way, everybody inspects the squeegee. By the way, did you know there's 4 sides on a squeegee? Most people never use the other 3 sides. Why? Because they never take it off this machine. I can show. I don't want to go to your closets and go find your automatic scrubber, and I can probably find it that way. Now, I've got some other hacks that I can show you, but you got to sign up for the series, and you got to see all of those little things. Hey, I've got 50 years of knowledge that I'm trying to give away for free. Okay, come on. Got to get a little excited with me, folks. I mean, come on, you're here to show it. You like something free? There's free knowledge, right? Yeah, hey, one of the colleagues that's going to be at our last show that we're doing, we were talking about things, and we were talking, you know what? Whenever I leave this world, the only thing I can take with me is my knowledge. So I'm giving away as much as I can right now. So this is why we have the hacks. If you enjoyed those, as I said, get on the YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, here at the Academy. You got all the QR codes around that you can scan. Every Monday afternoon at 2:30, I'm giving you another one. On the other hand, if you want to, you want to get on here and you want to send me a little note, you've got a question, pop it up there. Hey, you know what? I'm game. Bring on your cleaning questions. Ask Dave. We'll try to answer it, find out. You know, if you've got something you want to talk about, cleaning-wise, let's do it. Anyway, we're going to have lunch here at 11:45, so that's probably another 15 or so minutes. And then at 1 o'clock, we've got the main event for this side of the world here at the cleaning show. We're going to be presenting live via remote the National Rockstar Custodian Award. They're going to be this 4th annual one. Somebody's going to get surprised this afternoon. So enjoy the rest of the show. And then at 2 o'clock, I'll be back with some restroom decontamination hacks. See y'all later. If you are watching on LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube, we appreciate your viewing this morning. I apologize for our problem with our sound feed earlier this morning. It wasn't working quite right. We got that right now, so we'll see you at 1 o'clock. We've got another link coming up that will be live with the Rockstar presentation at 1 o'clock. So enjoy your lunch. Come on back.